No, I don't see nothing.
Except these changes.
Let me grab my vape real quick.
Yeah.
Also, I live streamed yesterday, boys.
You did?
Nice.
When did you do that?
Yeah.
Live stream.
I started at like 5-ish.
Okay.
I live streamed Hearthstone for about 2 hours. Got my butt kicked for about 2 hours, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it was fun.
Did you do YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. I had like 15 people come in on and off. I didn't keep an audience very well, but I had like 15 people on and off show up.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a good time to start the podcast and be like, plug Derek's Twitch channel, which is at Night Off Bald Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm still figuring it out. It's still like the basics.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, boys. I had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Had a few people come in and like offer to make me artwork.
Nice.
They were really just there to sell. So if
Yeah,
you're
of
seeing
course.
this now, not that I'm not interested, but I'm not ready yet for anything like that. And plus, we already have a resident artist for the Night Off Pod.
Bam.
So, yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah, this guy. Actually, Derek, I might join you doing that in a couple of weeks because my girlfriend is looking to start doing Muay Thai on Saturdays.
Ooh, okay.
So I'll have some time in the afternoon on Saturdays as well.
Yeah, I think Saturdays is going to be the day that I try and do it. I'm only going to start one day a week. Otherwise, it's too much because I have a lot of editing to do.
Yeah.
Well, editing, Derek has a lot of editing to do.
Yeah, and you two are not the same person. No.
Not the same person.
Not at all.
Never. You've never seen us both in the same room because we hate each other.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not gonna lie. You said she's learning Muay Thai. First thing that popped in my head was Jean-Claude Van Damme kickboxer. I was like, she's gonna like kick the pillars. Stuff's gonna fall down from the ceiling.
Yeah. No, dude.
Did you guys ever see that
terrifying.
movie?
It's gonna be great.
Man,
Did you guys
awesome though.
ever see what was it? No Retreat, No Surrender. It was one of his first films.
Not in a long time. I always saw like clips of it too. I never actually sat through the whole thing.
So I used to own that movie. I bought it thinking it would be awesome because I thought it would just follow him around. And no, he is not the main character. He is the bad guy.
Hell yeah. That's like what was the one that they sold on who's that Russian douchebag piece of shit? Under Siege.
Dolph
No.
Steven Seagal.
And he
Yeah,
gets killed
Steven
in like the
Seagal.
first 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Dolph Lundgren, he rules.
Oh, hell yeah, he does. I
He's
love
like
Dolph Lundgren.
super smart.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he's got multiple degrees. I think he's a physicist.
Yeah, I think he's got like a
By
PhD
trade.
in like nuclear physics, is it?
I think so. It's something like that. It's something huge, though.
One of the easy physics.
So easy. Damn. Okay, should we actually kick off and start like the actual podcast itself?
Yeah, probably.
Because I've got some like terrible news to start today.
I think I saw it too.
Go ahead.
Ron Killings, known to us all as R-Truth, has apparently been released by WWE as of Sunday mid-afternoon, unfortunately. And that is just the most insane thing to me. I thought he was a lifer. Like, I thought they would keep him around until, like, he could no longer move and he would just be backstage being, like, a producer or something.
He is literally just an older Jey Uso. Like, that's really it. Like, he has the sway of the crowd.
Yeah.
The fans absolutely love him. It does not matter if your favorite wrestler is going up against him. You're still going to be cheering for R-Truth. It doesn't matter. Like, he's a staple. He's like a brick in the wall, man. Like foundational brick too. Like one that you pull out and you're kind of screwing up a big part of this. So
it's just so...
my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so strange because it seems like he's one of those guys that they could like plug into anything, and he would make it work. You know.
I wonder what happened backstage. Like, is creative just like, you know what, we're tired of the slap happy comedy, we want to be more serious now, or like, did he not want to do this anymore? Like, because all I saw was the release. I didn't see any real wording on it. So
I mean, the only thing I've seen so far is just what he put out there, which was, I'm sorry to inform you all, I just got released from WWE. I want to thank WWE for the ride, but mostly I want to thank each and every one of you who was along for the ride. Thank you for all the love, support, and appreciation you have given me over the years. Thank you. And then I saw a bunch of responses like Sean Ross Sapp confirmed it was true. Rhea being like, in all seriousness, this is literally so heartbreaking. Thank you, Truth. Fucking Kevin Owens. I've said many times there are a few people in the industry for whom I have unlimited respect, love, and admiration for. Our Truth is at the very top of that list. So it's just been, it's very strange. Our
Truth is one of the reasons why I started watching WWE again, like literally, because that type of character is needed in this type of industry. And like Chelsea has been very good at on the women's end of it.
Yeah.
I feel like our Truth fit that niche perfectly for the men's division and kept WWE lighthearted enough that even after you just saw a bunch of blood be spilled by someone, you were able to start laughing again, like immediately after, once our Truth came out and started rapping to the crowd. Like,
he was one of those
man.
unique talents, I will say, in the wrestling industry that, like, no matter how fucking dumb the actual words or bit is, he still made it funny.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like, you felt like, it's just like, that's so fucking stupid. Why am I laughing at it? But that's our Truth.
He's naturally funny, which is also surprising when we look back at was it the Tessitore? No, not the Tessitore interview. It was the Barrett interview with him. It was very muted and weird, and was off-putting kind of because it was not our normal our Truth. It wasn't as comical, and it didn't have like that air of like whimsicalness to it. It was like compared to most other our Truth interviews and such, like it was very weird. And granted, yeah, it had to do with Cena and stuff. Yeah, I get that. But I wonder if that was kind of like a precursor to this.
You think it was kind of like setting the like room to be like, this is his last like thing he's gonna do. Like, Truth is gonna come out, he's gonna lose the Cena, and then he's basically out the door.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way, and I feel like he knew it then.
It's a nice swan song.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to go.
Face your childhood hero.
Yeah, the current champ. You know, lose in a very short match, but you know, it was fun. It was exactly what it needed to be. Wasn't great, but it was fine.
I think in the short term, the fans lose. For sure, obviously. I think long term, WWE loses on this big time. I think that whichever federation scoops him up, if he decides to keep wrestling, he's gonna elevate them a lot, because people just absolutely love our Truth, and I know that they will follow him to wherever he goes to watch. So
honestly, if they didn't have the current kind of like collaboration going on with TNA, I would see Truth jumping back there in an instant and them scooping him up.
Oh yeah. I think this is a perfect AEW time, though.
Yeah.
Like, he would be a great asset to them.
They have.
I would love to see him in NJ
with like full-on comedy characters, though. You know.
Yeah, but I think the difference is that he's natural to it, whereas I feel like with some of the other comedy characters, it just felt forced in AEW.
Yeah.
And I think it would be either way, it would be a great asset, because I'd also like to see him at NJPW over there in New Japan. That would be a lot of fun. Bring a little whimsy to New Japan.
I'd like to see him actually with Maple Leaf Pro, because they're just getting started, and they could, you know, he could just have fun, like, you know, kind of like big fish, small pond style.
That would be really cool, because one of the things I've been wanting for a while was a belt to be on Truth again, and didn't have to be like a long, you know, like a heavyweight run or undisputed run or what have you, but just for a short time where it's like people are like, oh shit, Truth took the belt.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Like, Yeah, I was hoping for that with Cena. Like, seriously, I thought that would have been a great moment for him to overcome his hero, and they didn't do it, obviously. But I don't know, man. It makes a somber Sunday. Let me tell you.
It does. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it ruins my hopeful theory of R-Truth was gonna be the one in the end to make Cena face turn back.
Yeah.
Because in the match they had, that look he gave him of like, but you're better than this.
Mm-hmm.
You're better than this.
Uh-huh.
And that pause, you could have built on that over the months.
It was such a great moment in storytelling, and I don't know if that was meant to happen or not. Like, completely. I bet it was like they had like these spots they needed to hit. Don't get me wrong, because like usually have the layout of the overall idea of what the match is going to be. But there was something so natural about that moment that I seriously thought they were going to build something off of it too. It just felt right. It just felt right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just very telling in sort of like kind of this TKO WWE era that we have entered, where it's because like Truth is over with the crowd, but he's not exactly a merch mover, you know?
No, that's true. He's not. But he's always promoting other people's merch is the thing. He's always wearing other people's merch.
Well, he's always wearing Cena or Judgment Day merch, primarily the past couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's always promoting other people's stuff, which you're not going to find most people in the industry willing to do that. Like,
except for Kevin Owens, and he's doing it as a bit.
Well, yeah, because that's a bit, and same thing with Truth to some degree. But like, I don't know, man. He's such a team player.
Yeah.
Like that's like Strowman's another one too. That's just like that, where it's just a good team player. Like these are big losses for that company. I don't care if they're saving some money on the short term. They're not saving money on the long term, with these releases. So
back away from the multi-billion-dollar company. Stop bullying them. All right. There's one thing we definitely got to take care of right off the top because we didn't get to it last week because we recorded before/during Double or Nothing. God damn. AEW just being on fucking fire this year. As close to a perfect pay-per-view as you can get. Couple of things to cut down and would have been like, you know, gold, top tier, perfect wrestling show, right?
Yeah, I think overall this PLE fucked. I feel bad for WWE for these last few PLEs because I feel like AEW has like clinched that position
of just doing a goddamn barn burner of a show.
Yeah, and not only that, in one night.
Yeah,
one night. You're having to sit there for 2 nights trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, absolute like must-watch things.
And there was chaos in this. I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm getting heated on myself here.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why didn't you say that, Derek? But this entire PLE had chaos, like from beginning to end, and yet it was still more organized and a better show than the last few PLEs that WWE has put out. Like,
well, there's twice as many matches in the show, and it goes on for like an additional hour, and there's no advertising, almost. Very little. Very little. Yeah. Just the DraftKings that they have to get out of the way.
you have to do that.
Yeah.
So.
But absolutely, like right off the bat, opening with the women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament final. Smart choice for a fucking opener, right?
Yep.
Women getting the time to fucking shine, and those two just put on a fucking clinic, man. Exactly what it needed.
Dude. The entire Owen Hart stuff has been great.
Yeah.
Like, some of the best wrestling I've seen in a while has been the Owen Hart Foundation tournament this year.
Yeah,
like seriously.
All the tournaments they've done this year have been knock out of the park fucking classics. But I gotta put a special mention of the finish to this, where Mercedes did that like roll up DDT and just spiked Jamie Hayter on her fucking head for the finish.
Dude.
It looked brutal. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was just a happy accident, but it looked nasty.
And if you were to see us talking about Mercedes a year ago, where we were kind of worried with how they were using her, compared to now, because this match was crazy. Like, she's on her belt run right now, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And her belt collection run. And goddamn has she earned every fucking belt. And, man, that spike at the end, man. I legit thought that was like a real injury.
Yeah. Like I thought they were gonna end it from a concussion protocol requirement, just be like, we're stopping now, but that was the finish anyway.
Yeah, or like a she has the Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance neck from now on, the no neck from that crunch when she fucking connected to the fucking ring, man. Like, God.
Yeah, but that
insane.
Was amazing. Quickly followed this was probably something that didn't actually need to be on the card was, Garcia and McGinnis taking on FTR, just because they went on for probably over 20 minutes and it was fine. No, great match, nothing against them. But on the rest of this show, Bearing kind of got overshadowed. Just a
little bit.
Yeah, like this could have been like a main event on like a Collision or a Dynamite and been perfectly acceptable. And like Isolation, great fucking match. On the rest of this card, didn't need to be there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seemed a little out of place.
Yeah.
This was definitely one of those where if we didn't have everything else going on, would have been like a great opener.
Yeah.
For a PLE, but with how much was happening at Double or Nothing, there was no way to fit this anywhere but in the middle, essentially.
And this is not to knock against anybody in this fucking match, because particularly FTR were fucking killing me during this show with just how big of fucking pricks they were during the match. Just the constant fucking chipping away at everybody and just chirping both the commentary team and their opponents and the crowd. It was fucking great.
Keep going. There's someone at my door.
There's somebody at your door.
Apparently.
Is it somebody important?
I hope it's someone selling meat. You come back with like a whole bunch of steaks.
Oh, he's got the Omaha steaks coming.
It wouldn't be the first time.
What if it's somebody selling Omaha steaks and knives?
We sell you steaks. We also sell you the knives to cut your steaks.
Yeah. God. That was a thing.
We're opening a third branch.
Yeah.
Sells pans to cook your steak in.
Mm-hmm. We don't have the grills yet, but we're working on that.
There's a whole lot of paperwork, and we just don't wanna.
Yeah. Oh God. But yeah, no. After that tag match, we had the stretcher match with Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. Walsh, I know you didn't watch this.
I didn't.
No, but this was probably as close to a show stealer as somebody could have gotten on the mid card for this show. Because basically the stretcher match is just an ambulance match, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You got to load your opponent on the stretcher and toss him into an ambulance to win. It starts off very much like almost bordering on like comedy, like a lot of just like fun silliness happening through the match. Like they're playing off each other's like strengths, and like Ricochet is like being a super fucking heel in the best way in like a comedy sense. Like very early on, they tease him getting pushed into an ambulance, and he breaks away from Mark Briscoe and just sprints back to the ring like he's on fire. Fucking perfect.
Nope.
But then there's a turn in the match where Briscoe goes to do like a tribute to Sabu, and it's his usual thing of like, he points like Sabu did to the sky, but he does the thing where he sets up the chair inside the ring to do a dive to the outside, kind of like springboard off of it. Mid-air, Ricochet just yeets a chair into his face, and he comes tumbling out. And immediately after this, they have like one of the stretchers on the outside of the ring, And this is where like it turned from like, oh, we're just having fun to, oh god, this just got fucking scary. And he just starts slamming his fucking Mark Briscoe's face into the stretcher without the padding. And it's just
no,
terrifying. Also, there's a moment where Ricochet goes to do a backflip. It was a backflip off the ring apron to the stretcher that has Mark Briscoe on it. Completely full sends, like no hesitation whatsoever. Briscoe jumps off of the stretcher just in time, and Ricochet just eats shit on the stretcher. Just like full body contact. It's so amazing.
Nice.
Oh, it was a shooting star press. That's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
How many pork chops did you buy?
Yeah.
None.
No? Buy any knives?
No. No, it's church people.
Oh. Wait, which church?
Not a weirdo church. They're all weird.
They're all weird. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
My grandmother's church.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they didn't want to stop talking, and I kept like, you know how like when you're talking with someone, like, especially like a salesperson, normally this would be the normal situation where it's with salespeople, and you start to like pick the tone of your voice up a little bit, like you start talking faster, so it gives the impression like, hey, I've got stuff I gotta do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they never caught on.
They're only on page 2 of their script.
Yeah.
I was literally like, "Oh, okay, great. Yeah, no, I'll look into that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Y'all tell your pastor that that he can look forward to us thinking about it." They're like, "She." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. She."
Yeah.
Should have been like, I learned something new today, and that's all I need to do, and then close the door.
Did you lose Jesus and they were hoping you could help find him?
If I knew that they were trying to help me find Jesus, I would have been like, "Hey, man, we've been playing hide and seek for like 27 something years now. He's too good at it. He's too good at it."
I was told Waldo knows where he is, so I've been trying to find Waldo.
Both those
Good luck with
bastards are
that.
fucking cheating, okay? I'm just saying.
Okay, you know what? You're at the very least, we can prove how Waldo cheats. It's hard to prove with Jesus because of magic, but Waldo, he pre-plans this shit. He's like, "Oh, my friends are gonna come meet me out at the beach. I'm gonna go call 5 million people and have them all dressed just like me."
Yeah, why is everyone in a red and white striped shirt?
Yeah. Hey,
Imagine showing up and you're not. You're just in regular gear, ready to go. Like you're go to meet your friend Waldo, and you're like, "Wait, what the?"
No, I get back in the car and turn around
Uh-huh.
and go home for the day.
Yeah.
Day's done.
for our UK watchers and listeners, that's Wally. Where's Wally, as you know him?
Oh,
Yeah, they don't have Waldo.
Is that true?
That's true.
See, I learned something today. I don't need to do anything else.
our UK audience, let us know how Slappy the Frog is instead of having Smokey the.
Yeah, what the hell?
Not real. I wish it was.
We can make him real. We can make him real. I can do this. This can happen.
I'm sorry. I can't pass up the opportunity to bring up Slappy the Frog because when he made that joke, there was a good like this is all like before like the internet was like as profound as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a much simpler. It was still gross, but it was a much simpler time.
Yeah, it was a more innocent time, somehow.
I believed that man. I believed that Slappy the Frog was real.
Mm-hmm. Oh man! Shout out to Slappy the Frog and Mitch Hedberg.
For real. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah. Oh god. But anyway, we were talking Briscoe, Ricochet, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say like the spot that kind of defined this match, Walsh, is Mark Briscoe grabs a bucket full of like cleaning supplies from under the ring, traps Ricochet in a headlock, and like grabs like a spray bottle of some cleaner, sprays it on Ricochet's bald head, and then shines it up, and then smashes his face with the bucket.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of like the perfect encapsulation of this match. Like, we're gonna do something hilarious, and then something exceedingly violent to make up for it.
God, man, he was gushing.
Yeah.
He was gushing. His face was crimson red.
Yeah, Briscoe's a good
Crimson
fucking bleeder.
Dude, you know that dude bladed enough times back in the day where you just have to touch the fucking spot.
Yeah.
And it goes. It just goes.
Also, I could have sworn last week he was clean shaven bald, and he shows up on Double or Nothing with a full mohawk. Like,
I know.
I had no idea a dude could grow hair that fast. Jesus.
Man, I was surprised by that. Like, no joke. I thought he just like forgot to shave for a moment.
Yeah.
Like shave his head down. It's like, oh, he's got a little bit of. Oh no, that's a mohawk. Like, how the hell did he grow that fast? I thought he was balding.
Dude's just freebasing biotin.
Oh man, dude, for real. Just fucking just putting it on after getting it out of his veins. When he's done with it.
Also, another tag match. Hurt Syndicate defending against Sons of Texas. Not much to this, although I will say I really loved the energy of this. Like, the crowd was there for it. Rhodes, Guevara, Shelton, Lashley, just looking like they were having fun. And also Shelton had a hell of a good save to Sammy when he went for a dive on the outside and kind of flubbed it a little bit. But like, Shelton was there to prevent anything from, catastrophic happening. Really great.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things that they're gonna have to be careful with because I don't know if you got this impression at all. I'm assuming you probably did, but MJF face turn?
Maybe. We'll
maybe?
see. This could be one of those ones where they're gonna play it like this for a couple weeks here or there, and then eventually they're just gonna like do something drastic to cause like a shift back to like, nope, he's still our scumbag. He's still a piece of shit.
Well, if you catch Dynamite on Wednesday after the fact, then yes, they kind of did go right back to him being an asshole, like immediately. So,
I mean, we'll see.
this was a decent match overall, though. I got to give it to the Sons of Texas because they, despite looking outmatched in many ways, like just because of how big Shelton Benjamin and freaking Bobby Lashley are.
Yeah.
They had that good underdog vibe going on throughout this match because like Sammy just wouldn't give up. Freaking you got to see Bobby get pissed off because Sammy just wouldn't stay down for the 3 count. And like,
I mean, we got quite a bit in this though, like on the other side, because like Dustin did the fucking it's not the Shattered Dreams anymore. What's it called? The unnatural kick.
I think so.
Yeah, that's where he just hoofs the turnbuckle, which then hits his opponent in the balls, but still transitive property. He's kicking him in the balls, and we got Bobby spearing him through the fucking barricade. What's not to love?
Which is always nice.
Yeah. But fine.
Yeah, it was a decent match. I feel like this is one of those matches on TV.
Yeah,
like
totally could have been on TV. Yeah.
So
if this, it's because they're not building anyone really to be a legitimate challenge to the Hurt Syndicate. Because right now they don't have anybody that could believably take the belts off of them that are gunning for them.
But Alex, they have Top Flight with Beaker and that other guy.
Dante and Darius Martin, yes, the brothers of Top Flight, yes.
Yeah, Beaker and what's his face from the Muppet Show.
Bunsen freaking Honeydew.
Hey, there we go. Walsh, I don't know. I'll put a pic after the podcast, so you can see these two. The one dude straight up looks like Beaker.
Yeah, Dante
like,
does.
Straight up.
He's got the hair. It's all the hair.
Yeah, put the comparison up.
There, side by side. Would that also
bring
mean
this
he's related to Sheamus?
Yes, actually. Yes.
Yeah. But, pretty short match overall. Luckily, went straight into Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, taking on Okada, Continental Champion. Just fucking so great. Oh, man. Like, Okada is Okada, but Speedball Mike Bailey, like, since he's come into AEW, it's just going on the run of his fucking life. It's something to just love and behold. And then, of course, Okada being the fucking master veteran that he is just Like he's fucking perfect, you know? Like you will spend the entire match, like you'll go into it knowing that he's gonna win. Throughout the course of the story of the match, he'll make you believe he could lose. And by the end of it, he surprises you and wins, you know? He's just a fucking magician with it. You can't top it.
Okada just has a way of storytelling in the match. Honestly, when he was on his run, his like undefeated run in NJPW, up until Kenny Omega showed up, but there was always a time where you're like, okay, he's the strongest guy in the ring right now, but he's not invincible.
Yeah.
Title card. And what I like about Speedball Bailey is the fact that despite his size, he is so freaking quick and he throws out like a million hits in the time it would take you to do 2. That it's believable that he could take on a guy like Okada, or even take on a guy like Moxley. He
has the speed on those hits, but the impact for every single one of them looks fantastic.
Yeah. I love those speed kicks he does.
I love that. I can't even remember the name of the finishing maneuver that he does, but the whirlwind roundhouse fucking kick that he does, where he like goes halfway across the ring, building up speed for it, just so great.
I don't think they have a name for it. I swear they just say a different thing every time.
Maybe I can't remember what it was, but it's fucking awesome.
They're like the whirling dervish.
But great fucking match. Near
this was
like another like show stealer on a show of show stealers.
Yeah, this was a great match. This was PLE level match here, and it was just a great showing from frickin' Speedball, man. Like, he does not cease to impress me.
No, you can't. You cannot count him out ever. He's got like that perfect like goofball baby face fire in him, where he makes every like comeback so believable that you're like, he could do it. He could do it. This is the moment. And then, Okada's like, surprise, dropkick, motherfucker.
Well, and it's like Okada has like such a strong hit that he can do that it's like Okada doesn't have to be like 7'2" to make it believable that he knocked you out.
No,
like dude
doesn't disregard that he's like 6'3" or whatever.
Well, I know that's why I said 7'2".
Yeah.
But he like,
oh shit, I nailed it. He is 6'3".
His hits are just brutal.
Yeah. Oh man. Speaking of brutal, we had Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa just beating the absolute piss out of each other. Fantastic showing. Only downside is I wish this had more time to build. They could have like 2 more weeks to set up the stakes and make it have a little bit more meaning and like insert some doubt, just because like we knew like Tony Storm's going all in as champ. Like that, at no point in time did I believe that Mina was going to take it. That's the only downside.
Yeah, but Mina came out there and showed her in-ring intelligence.
Yeah.
And her ability to exploit situations.
Peak form. Just yeah. Like she was locked in for the night. Like there was not like any missteps or any, like everything looked fantastic from her on the night.
It was awesome. Like she kept going for the knee. Tony had that knee injury, so she kept trying to capitalize on it as much as possible. Like this was a damn good match, but I think you are right though. This needed like 10 more minutes, maybe even 5.
10 more minutes or like another week of build or something, just so they could have like a stronger thorough line of like the story of the match. But also it looked like a fucking blast. All the work that they did with fucking Luther getting incorporated and beaten up, fantastic. Just being on the sideline, I loved it. It was great.
Oh yeah, and Alex, I gotta say, it's one thing to see it on TV, but it's another thing to know that here at the Night Shift, just like on AEW, after a grueling match, all you got to do is kiss your friend.
Yeah. That wasn't expecting that, but should have, right?
Yeah, Taz also did not expect that, and I did to some degree. I feel like this was a long time coming, especially after seeing these two wrestle live.
Yeah.
Technically, the kiss made sense.
It did.
I was happy with it.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh my god, whew, the
Anarchy.
Yeah, anarchy. Like, as Justin Roberts will put, like, it tells the kid to cover his ears in the front row before he curses and telling this shit's about to go down. Anarchy in the arena. Kenny Omega, Willow Nightingale, Swerve Strickland, the Ops, being Samoa Joe, Hobbs, and Shibata, taking on the Death Riders and the Young Bucks in fucking anarchy. I mean, this is the most absurd match stipulation in all of AEW. This is probably their defining event of any of their shows, I would say, that makes AEW what it is. There's so much that happened, it's impossible to describe what happened throughout the match, but I loved so much of this, particularly the Young Bucks coming out like the founding fathers of AEW and being dressed like the founding fathers of America, playing the music with them turning it from what Kenny called for it to I'm so excited by the Pointer Sisters, and then being like, no, that's not enough, queuing up Bodies by Drowning Pool, and the entire fucking crowd singing along for the duration of it being on the loop like 6 times.
I was just gonna say, I the only thing that got to me in this match where I got tired of it, and luckily there was an ending to it too, but was the loop of bodies. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I remember and everything, and then we stopped. We all shunned it because it happened.
Yeah.
But that's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Not on loop. not on loop.
Yep.
Walsh, you would still be singing it right now if you had watched.
Yeah.
It's starting to creep into my head. I have to block it out with a different song.
Yeah.
We got lucky because Swerve got thrown into one of the speakers and the song stopped. And I was like, oh my god, thank you.
There was so much about this that you gotta love. I mean, you nailed it right there with Claudio spinning and tossing Swerve into the speaker system.
That's who it was. I couldn't remember who did it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I tried to figure out who did it. I just remember someone threw Swerve into the fucking thing, and it finally stopped. And I was like, oh. And
then there was also the moment of, like, remember in like NBA Jam when you get like so many like points in a row, you're on fire. That was Swerve with the staple gun. He was just nailing everybody like out of like midair with a staple gun. You're coming up to me? Nope, cut off with a staple gun. Then he like took a staple to the tongue. Jesus.
Swerve honestly chose night in and night out when he wrestles, whether or not he's actually in a match or just interrupting or what have you.
Yeah.
Why he needs a belt on him again.
Yeah. Like, he's totally believable as a champion, even when he doesn't have a belt, And
he's kind of, him and Hangman, this like awesome relationship that they have in the AEW like timeline, really kind of leads credence to both of them. If they have a belt on them, are going to be an anti-hero, like not a heel, not a face, somewhere in between.
Yeah, like the Stone Cold archetype almost.
Yeah, but it's not forced. Is the reason why I love it with both of them. You're not. It's not being thrown down your throat. Like, it's just like it's who these guys are.
Yeah. Oh God.
And the staple gun is no joke. Because I'm sorry, but a face is not going to bring out a staple gun and staple you midair.
Dude, I mean, he also brought out the thumbtacks on his new signature shoe from Prince.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that moment when he goes and drops down on which I don't remember which buck it was, but it was one of the bucks.
Yeah.
It drops right down in his face, Walsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, on his face.
It's insane.
From the top rope.
Not even. Don't even forget about like the exploding table at the end from the top of the stage. Okay. Or
Walsh, this is literally Talladega Nights level of those children saying anarchy.
yeah,
Well, exploding table beats flaming table every time.
it does. Oh, God.
Well, I guess it depends. If you have a Cody Rhodes flaming table,
Because he will
you're
still
gonna
be
get-
on fire when he gets up. Yeah. Because
with a
melted
laminate
into
stuck to his
skin.
back. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
You can still see the marks actually on his back.
Yeah.
When he tans up just a little bit or gets real red on his back, you can see the scarring.
Yeah, it was great. Less great was the trios match after this with Paragon taking on the Don Callis family. Look, no, this is fine.
It was good.
Great
It
chemistry
just-
with all these guys. Just didn't need it for the night, unfortunately. It was a pee break match, unfortunately.
This could yet again is one of those that could have been an opener,
Yeah.
but because of how much stuff was happening in
Yeah.
this one pay-per-view, it had to be in the mid card.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with you. This could have been a great opener, particularly because it ended with, the ace, the president of New Japan, coming out, Tanahashi, make the save. Like, that's a great fucking moment to have.
That was a great spot.
Yeah, Brody King coming out to, save the day, and Tanahashi backing him up. Like, fucking dope. Awesome. It's just, like, not the right place in the card, but there's nowhere else you can really put it because everything else is kind of where it needs to be.
Yeah. This was like, unfortunately, kind of like one of those, like, it just, because of the slot that it was in, like, you're already tired coming off of some of this other stuff already.
Yeah.
To a little bit.
It's the
Like,
downside of these long ass shows, man. Like, you get tired. Just what happens.
when I went to Dynamite, I was technically supposed to be there for Collision as well, and we were tired by the end of Dynamite. I had to go home because I had to be up at 5 for work the next day.
Yeah. Also,
So I get it.
fun note, AEW Fighter Fest is coming up, and that's going to be 4 hours because
Yep.
playoff season, brother. What's happening? Yeah.
That's what one of the funny things about Collision is. Like, Collision is such an afterthought now for them because of basketball going on.
Yeah.
That it's all like pre-taped, like sometimes like 2 to 3 weeks in advance.
Which is a shame because there's great stuff happening on Collision.
Yeah, no, nothing against Collision. It's just that because of the time slot.
Yeah, it's
They're
airing at like
forced to
11
just-
p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, this is going on just after basketball. So like, if for any of the night shifters who are also basketball fans,
Yeah.
who end up watching like 6 hours of basketball and then AEW pops up for Collision, you're like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
Unfortunately, yeah. And also we've got the NHL playoffs too.
Yep. Yeah.
God.
Yes, we do.
It's insane. Anyway.
But this match, though, overall, it was still a good match. It was unfortunately placed in a giant pay-per-view. It just needed to either be an opener or in a different pay-per-view that had less stuff going on.
Honestly, I would have put this as like a main event of a Dynamite or something instead.
Yeah, or that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a great option too.
Yeah. But main event of the actual show, fucking finally. Oh man, Hangman taking on Ospreay for the men's Owen Hart final. Both of them got bespoke intros. Hangman with his monologue walking through the desert with all the reminders of where he's been the past couple of years. Ospreay getting the voiceover of the stained glass shattering when his music hits. Both of them with like their fucking, I love when wrestlers have, show specific gear. Hangman with like the all black Owen Hart, bright pink with a little bit of like galaxy at the bottom of his boots and pants. Ospreay with that, just the boas on top of boas on his fucking entrance coat, just looking so fantastic. Both of them,
Dude.
my God.
These two always come in looking hot, sexy.
Oh yeah.
This just added to it. Because if, like, for any of you night shifters who actually watch our GM mode series, the vision of the clackers come to mind as they come down to the ring, and goddamn, are those some clackers, man, that Bret Hart has. So, or well, Owen had. Sorry,
Yeah,
Owen
both
had.
of them.
Well, both, yeah.
It runs in the Hart family.
Genetic.
Yeah.
God, that there's something about the color scheme for the Hart Foundation
Yeah.
that is literally, I think, that's going to outlast every federation. I think every federation will always give homage to some degree to the Owen Hart Foundation, specifically, or the Hart Foundation, and specifically Owen.
Yeah.
And goddamn, the colors are so good. The pink
Yeah.
and black and white, dude. Oof, juicy.
Like,
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we've all been watching wrestling on and off since we were kids, and like those colors are burned into my brain, man.
Yeah. And like the actual match itself, like,
Oh yeah, the match. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's so fucking good. It's so
This is
goddamn good. Like these two are just like top tier in the industry, bar none. Like,
all right.
what?
Before we actually talk about it, I have to know your rating.
Oh, this is perfect match for me.
Me too. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first time we agree on a perfect match. Maybe
Yeah.
the second. This was a perfect match.
Yeah.
Literally. This was a perfect.
This is one of those things that is kind of rare in like WWE, at least, right? Where you have two people walking into a match and neither one can lose, like storyline wise. Like neither one of them should be the loser. Like both of them have equal rights to be the winner, you know? There is like, and that's what made it so engaging, because like even the crowd is split both like in the population and in their own minds of who they want to win. Both of them have at any point in time could have been the winner, and people have been, over the fucking moon. There's no wrong answer.
Dude. And like it's crazy because this was like that moment, like who is going to be like the defining person of AEW for a little while, essentially, is what this felt like. Like the stakes were so high for this match, just so freaking high. And it was sold that way, obviously, leading up to this. But the match that we got made it feel like this was going to be the last match that we ever all got to witness in our lifetime.
Yeah, it was the end of the world, right? Like that is what wrestling always builds to. It's like every big show is like it's the end of the world, and then it ends until the world is ending next time, because that's what we're doing. It's always the end of the world. But there was so much like build and pressure, and not only do these guys rise to the occasion, but then they exceed your expectations because they're that fucking good. Man, the storytelling throughout the match, I loved Ospreay busting out, Kenny Omega being his rival over his career, the V-trigger, Paige answering with Swerve's big pressure, and just the callbacks, the teases of the buckshots and the hidden blades, and the actual hits was, my God, there's nothing like it.
So just like the match that we had talked about at the one I went and saw, Walsh, you had precision wrestling yet again. Like these guys were at top form.
Yeah.
The one of the craziest moments for me was when the announce table broke, and I think Ospreay like literally landed on his head.
Probably. Yeah.
And it was one of those like, oh, broken necktie. Oh, here we go. Didn't happen, so don't think no necks were broken, luckily. But God, was that a nasty moment. But these guys show exactly why this match had to go away, where you didn't know who was going to win in the end, and you both deserved it at the same time, because they're at the top of their game. They're very different styles of wrestlers, but the way that they do a lot of these maneuvers, it sells it in different ways. You got Riz for days coming from Ospreay, along with precision, and then you've got precision along with literal craziness coming from him.
Look, not just craziness, but there's a thoughtfulness to it as well, which is insane.
Yes, premeditated craziness. Yes, you're right. Yes, he premeditates his craziness. One thing is, you just have to look in that man's eyes in real life, not just not on a screen. It doesn't hit the same. It still hits, but not the same. look into that man's eyes as he looks at you, and you will not walk away the same person as you entered that spot. I tell you this.
Yeah. There is one slight negative to this. And this is a slight negative, not to the match itself, but something that came out afterwards. And I'm going to explain why it's a negative. Both Ospreay and Hangman were reported to want the other one to win. Like, Ospreay wanted Hangman to win, and Hangman wanted Ospreay to win. And I'm going to say why that's a negative in a moment. Because right off the bat, no, that's great. You know, like, that's camaraderie. That's, you know, wanting your opponent to look good and all that kind. Like, that's fucking great. That's stuff that you want to see in the locker room of, like, guys supporting the other guys. But why it's negative is it's telling me that it wasn't planned out that way, and I wanted this arc to be, like, cemented ahead of time. Like, it's fine if this story comes out years from now. I didn't want the story to come out immediately following the show. You know, like.
You wanted like a Dark Side of the Ring type of deal. Maybe not Dark Side, but
Not
just
Dark
as
Side. Yeah, this is something.
Yeah,
that
but you know what I
like,
mean.
Yeah, this could have been something that happened like, you know, years later. Just on like a random fucking like interview. Would have been fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say where these two are being interviewed about Double or Nothing 2025.
Yeah, you know,
so I wanted him to win.
Yeah, in the moment, I wanted like the plan to always be like, no, there's an absolute story going forward, and it's Hangman taking the win and winning over Moxley or whatever. Like, I wanted that to be a little bit more believable for longer. You know, that's it.
I guess for me, it depends on how they came to the conclusion of who was going to win.
Yeah.
Was it like the day of or something? Was it in the middle of the match?
No.
Like that will make it. It'll where it goes in that spot for me of like how much I like or dislike it. Because if it was literally like, oh, we needed to gauge the fans, well, that's not a good way because everybody was cheering for both of them the entire time. If they were gauging it by like the amount of pee breaks someone took, well, this was a long PLE or pay-per-view, so that's not a good gauge either.
No. It's not the worst thing. It's just like I want the believability of there being a plan. And this being kind of like stuff. That's it. Like, I want a little bit more certainty of like the direction that AEW is going. That's it.
Well, I wonder, like, if they had two paths like thought out, and they just couldn't decide on which path they wanted to go on until the last minute.
Yeah, maybe that's entirely possible.
Because it's still not great or something like nothing like that. But at least there was some premeditation to at least they know what the both paths like look like until they decide.
Yeah. And
so who knows?
You know, luckily we're getting a little bit of that immediately following with, you know, Dynamite this past week. Yeah. Because it opened up with, you know, Hangman getting confronted by Swerve, and then Ospreay comes in to try and like, no, boys, we need to work together, type of thing.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to you. It was waiting until we got to this part. Yeah. So their match very much gave me the Civil War vibes of Captain America v Iron Man of who's going to lead.
Yeah.
And we've now decided that it's going to be crazy fucking cowboy shit Hangman Adam Page that'll do it. who will lead the Avengers. Mm-hmm. But there's always some fallout still from mom and dad fighting. And this is no exception because we had a moment that gets played in this little spot on the big screen, Walsh, and it talks about how it shows the Young Bucks talking about how they screwed over Swerve on purpose so that Hangman would inevitably then take it.
Yeah, and it's very like interesting that they're choosing to revisit that, considering the Bucks have aligned themselves with Mox and the Death Riders. So it's like, okay.
I get it in the sense that our boys, the Young Bucks, can be very conniving and very smart about it too.
Yeah.
So they could have thought ahead about this and been like, you know what? These two are really bad at being friends. Let's just drive that wedge just that little bit further because we know the right strings to pull here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And it worked. It worked real well because Walsh, Strickland, when you're in his house, you have to answer him, and you have to be fucking truthful.
Yeah.
Because he'll know.
Oh man.
He's like, did you orchestrate this? And Hangman gives him this like, are you fucking kidding me look? And then is straight up like, what the fuck, man? Like, no. Why would I do that?
Yeah. Like, he even admitted that he was going to help Swerve.
Yes, he was like, I was going to, my thought process was to help you.
Yeah.
And the funny part is like, yeah, like this is a believable moment for both of them because they have all this past to go off of why they should not work together ever. Mm-hmm. Because they fucking just Paige burnt the man's house down. All right.
Swerve threatened his infant child.
Well, one followed through, the other didn't. All right, let's just make that clear. The child is still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
I'm sorry. We need to rewind a little bit. I skipped over this part when we were talking about Anarchy in the Arena and Swerve coming out dressed like the fucking Predator.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
God, how did I skip over that? That was so fucking awesome.
Because there was so much anarchy, it's hard to remember everything.
So much anarchy. It was, yeah. Oh god. Sorry. Anyway.
But yeah, Hangman's like, no, I wouldn't do that. I was gonna come out and help you. Swerve doesn't believe him. No, doesn't believe him. Understandably does not believe him. Until I think this is where I think it works because Strickland is too pissed off in the moment to hear it. But Paige points out, if I was gonna screw you over, I would have done it myself.
Yeah.
Like, why would I have somebody else do it for me? That's not my style. Which is totally true. If he's gonna come out and screw you over, or if he's gonna screw you over, it's gonna be in your face. He's not gonna just, go behind your back about it. But you would have thought that when Will Ospreay, who then comes out next to come try and mediate between the boys, would have been able to got through to Strickland. And I kind of thought he did for a moment.
Maybe a little bit. This is kind of like the prime stuff that they have to build on before we get to Y'all In. I mean, that's what it is. This is okay, we need character growth and arc in order for the believability of Hangman finally like putting his demons to rest in order to beat Moxley for the championship.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. He gives up the Owen Hart Foundation belt to Tony.
Yeah.
Right there, right before all this goes down, which I think shows a lot of character growth too. He's like, this is not a permanent thing, so I should not keep it.
Yeah, he's like, this is for the next winner. I've got my goals already set. This is nice, and I appreciate it, but somebody else is going to come along and deserve this. I need to go what I set my sights on, and I love that.
Yeah, that was a big moment. I loved it too, man. That was great.
But yeah, that opened up Dynamite, and then they immediately went into another multi-man match, mixed multi-match with Mox, Gabe Kidd, and Marina Shafir. Forgot about Gabe Kidd was at fucking Anarchy Arena. So was Hook. We glossed over that fact, but because there was so much shit. Taking on
much shit.
Mark Briscoe, Mike Bailey, and Will Nightingale, and just another fucking blast with this one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. There was so much chaos in this. This could have been another just Anarchy match, and I would have been like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what you should call it.
Because fucking Wheeler showed up. Commander, surprise, is there. Claudio hanging out too, just fucking causing chaos. So great.
My God. Commander Walsh is a luchador. Mm-hmm. And he climbs up to the top rope, like on the opposite side of where everything's going on. And he looks at the crowd and says, shh. And then runs across the top rope at fucking lightning speed so he can jump off the other side and land on everybody. Dude, I was laughing my fucking ass off. Such a great spot, dude.
Yeah.
So goddamn random, too.
Yeah, Commander's money, bro. It just is. It's so great.
The camera kind of swivels over and you see him finish jumping up onto the top rope and he looks around and he goes, shh.
It's so good.
Everybody's looking at him. Everybody down there who was like in the middle of fighting was looking at him in that
Like,
moment.
You're a fucking luchador. You're not stealthy.
He's wearing fucking like the blue we use for our stuff, and then just the whitest of whites.
It's great. Oh God.
Oh, and not only that, shout out for this Dynamite. This was a bigger place than some of the last few have been. This was like a little bit bigger than the Now Arena that I was at.
Yeah, they were in. Let me see here. Yeah, El Paso County Coliseum in Texas.
Yeah, it was a decent sized place.
Yeah. Also, great stuff on the rest of the show. Unfortunately, there was a no DQ Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford taking on Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. Was like there was some good stuff in the early ons, but it kind of fell apart in the end. Unfortunately, I guess this was after the fact. This was all set up in order to write Harley Cameron off TV because she got injured at Double or Nothing.
Well, I think that was real blood she was spitting.
No,
this
it was
match,
fake.
So,
It was.
oh, was it really?
Yeah,
that
was
looked
fake.
real.
Yeah, no, they did real good with that. Yeah,
they did real good with that because I was like, that's not the fake stuff WWE uses. I was like, that's real. Like it's all snotty and mucusy. I was like, damn. Okay, bravo, because I actually thought that was real.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she looked injured as fuck in this match. This was a sloppy match, for sure. Everybody was tired already. Just even starting the match, you could tell they were all tired. Freaking Megan Bayne was literally having to pick up Penelope Ford. Like literally, like Penelope had to go up to the top rope to jump off for a dual maneuver for both of them. Penelope could no longer move. So Megan, who is just a giant already,
the Megasis.
she picks her up like she's a goddamn rag doll and just like, get up there. And then turns around, grabs fucking Cameron, puts her up on her shoulders, stands up and goes, fucking do it.
Yeah, do the Doomsday device.
Oh my God, dude. I was like, holy shit. She just wants to go home. She's tired. She's like, all of you fucking finish. I don't care if you can't move. Go.
Yeah. That being said, loved the gear from Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, the matching gear that they had, and Megan Bayne rolling out with a gold chair. That was fucking cool. That was a nice touch.
I like these two together, and I feel like this spot might have built a bit. You could build off this of Megan getting pissed off and just like putting her up top. Like you could do a whole storyline off of this now.
Yeah, that's great. I love when wrestlers use other wrestlers as a weapon, but this is just building on that, and it's great. Then there was a fun little thing backstage with Ricochet talking about how he needs a crew
to watch his back.
Back. Which could very well be Leo Rush and Action Andretti because they're calling themselves crew.
Yeah, or he could be trying to unite the bald men of the world.
That too.
I'll join.
Yeah.
I'm balding. I
Yeah.
guess I'm not bald. Duh.
He might want you to, bick that down.
Yeah, I could just get it real good and clean and shaven.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
fun.
think it's crew as well. I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to do a little thing to help bring them up.
Yeah, fun little tease. Also,
yeah.
I love Crew's stupid, spiky, inflatable jackets that they wear.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I can't wait
It's
for
Fifth
them.
Element.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to take a bump and like it causes them to bounce. I just want that to happen.
It looks like they're having to walk with an air machine attached the whole time, so it stays billowing.
It's great. So was we got a little video package for Hurt Syndicate. MJF talking about how he's getting primed to take back his Triple B, and the reactions to Bobby just over his shoulder is so great because he's just like, "You sure about that? Are you sure about that?" Like he's gonna whoop his ass someday, and it's gonna be so great.
Thank you. I was just about to say, I'm like, it's like very foretelling of how much of an ass whooping MJF is gonna take from Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. And speaking of ass whoopings, we had the Ops defending their Trios Championship against the debuting on Dynamite, at least, Frat House. And God, these guys, Griff Garrison, Preston Vance, and Carter, coming out looking like the biggest jabronis that ever jabronied, just to get jobbed in the best way. Just like there's some meat on this comedy bone, and I think this was a good start for them. If these guys exist to eat pins, good. I'm good. I'm happy with that. I'm never gonna take them seriously as real contenders, but I'm very happy to see them get their ass beat.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, it was funny. Don't get me wrong. It was fun.
Yeah.
I felt like this would have worked better in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Because like I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh no, this feels toxic, like, real toxic. Like, and it's meant to be. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like the toxicity is forced on purpose because it's meant to be tongue in cheek.
Of course, there's a bunch of 30-year-olds pretending to be in college.
Yeah, they're talking about drinking and stuff, and like when they lose, they win and shit like that. And I'm just like, okay.
What did they say about the people of El Paso? Like the women.
The women are ugly. Oh, the men are small and weak, and the women are ugly and fat, or something like that. Like it was real like,
bottom of the barrel stuff.
Yeah, like they could have kept like they could have done it better. But that's why because you wouldn't say that type of shit now normally. Yeah. Like it would be something else, like weak and small for the men you would keep, but for the women you wouldn't be as cruel. Normally,
it's cheap heat.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, it's like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, this is Logan Paul heat. Like you're just being a dick to get people to hate you, and like better type of thing.
And when you have the ops come out to just kind of just fucking destroy someone, like this felt good. Yeah,
great reactions from Joe in this moment too.
Yeah, he was not having it. Yeah, he was not having it.
Yeah, he looked happy to kick the shit out of some people. It was great.
God, I love Samoa Joe, man.
There's no wrong that man can do. Then, surprisingly, we had TNT champion Adam Cole taking on Kyle Fletcher in a match that ended by a DQ, which is rare for AEW, but they got a pass with the backstage video afterwards from Fletcher, I think.
Yeah, I hate disqualifications because when you're watching WWE, they're just like run of the mill. They just use them like you drink. Yeah. But with AEW, it's very rare to get them, and a lot of times when you do get them, it's probably because there was a real injury,
or it's in service of a story. In this case,
right. It's not just like every story is needs a DQ. Like they actually pick and choose normally when they're going to use them. This match was okay. Yeah, it was like your run of the mill kind of match, but
except for like a scary spot with a power bomb that looked like it was supposed to be on the apron, but didn't quite connect quite right. I rewatched this spot at like 1/10 speed, and Adam Cole's like arm very clearly makes contact with the apron edge. I can't tell if his head just grazed or clipped, but it looked very close regardless.
It looks like it hits to me.
But he kept going, so...
Yeah, he kept going, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think the video package did like sell this match over more.
Yeah, with Fletcher being like, I didn't ask for fucking, Josh Alexander to come out there and give me any fucking help. I could have handled this by myself. All that, like, great. It sells the idea of Fletcher is, not only like very clearly, head towards like main event status, obviously, but it's also selling the seeds of like, maybe a face turn in the future away from the Callis family.
Yeah, like maybe he'll grow his hair back. Maybe he'll tape it back on.
Maybe he'll do what Alexander did back in the day, where he just wears a wig underneath that wrestling headgear that he has, the big curly fucking thing. So great.
Yeah, that curly fucking yes. Oh my god, please, brother.
But
or just get a Sharpie.
Yeah, that too. And it rubs off throughout the course of the match.
Yeah, all right, no Sharpie. Crayola washable.
Yeah.
Oh, those squeak even more. Hell yeah.
You see him like during his entrance, like he just like tosses it after he like gets onto like the stage.
Oh,
No one told him that was the green marker.
We give him the dry. We tell him it's dry erase, where it'll just rub off, but it's actually the wet erase. So as he sweats more,
Yeah,
it just pours down him.
Oh god, that'd be fun. But Brody King made the save for Adam Cole, and this immediately led into Brody King taking on Josh Alexander because they're doing qualifiers for the Continental Championship 4-way this week. And I mean, they're good, solid fucking match. Most of all, I'm just happy fucking Brody King gets a win.
Me too.
Yeah.
Brody King is such a bruiser, and yet the guy can move so goddamn fast too. Like,
God,
his hits, man. He's another one of those guys. I would never want to take a chop from Brody King.
he's got to protect the business, and this is the last words you hear before you die because he just chops you to death.
Walsh, his hands are like fucking frying pans, brother.
Cast iron.
Cast iron, yeah. Them number 8s, bro. Those heavy ass number 8s. None of this 3 or 4 business. But I would never want to take it. That would literally, oh God, that chop would literally kill you.
Yeah.
That's why I need to know if Alexander's okay after this match. Because
Oh god. There was some
he got
serious
brutalized.
There was like full on handprints after handprint after handprint on his chest, man. Love it.
God, this was a good match though. I think this really set up both of them very well because the starting off with having security around and then just going with security.
Yeah.
Was great.
Yeah. And a great fucking finish too with Brody King delivering that massive clothesline and directly going into the Gonzo bomb. Fucking ruled.
Yo, dude, great match.
Yeah. But the main event to close out the show was Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm coming face to face to set up, their match at All In. And just fucking money, these two. Great fucking barbs back and forth. There's a line from Toni Storm calling Mercedes the greatest of all time, but then reminded her that she is timeless.
Timeless.
Put that on a fucking shirt, bro. Just do it.
And I love Mercedes' entrance that they showed when she arrived to the arena. And
And the
she's coming
lowrider.
in on the lowrider with all on her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yeah. I just wish they played actual loud music we could hear in that spot.
Yeah.
It was so eerily quiet.
Yeah, strangely quiet. I think they mis-mic'd the crowd. Like they were supposed to be like pumping in like the crowd singing along to something, but yeah, it just didn't work. Little
It was
production
so funny.
snafu. Yeah.
It was so funny, but at the same time, the entire time she's sitting there, like she is regal as fuck. Like it was kind of crazy how queenly and like empress like she was in that moment. Like she knew she was the top dog around, and she was letting everybody know. And I loved it. Like this is old school Kenny Omega shit.
Yeah. This is primed for another situation where when they face off, it's a can't lose for both of them. And I'm like all for it. Like I don't care. It's one of those few times where like win or lose, there's gonna be story repercussions coming out of it too.
Well, and what I really like is that you got to see the strengths of both of these women on the mic, and I liked that Tony was able to actually rattle Mercedes a bit because she's kind of a weird one to have to go on the mic against technically, just in general. And when the stakes are this freaking high, I feel like that's when Tony is like at her best.
Yeah.
And she always takes the piss out of everything too. So you're always going to get a little bit of piss taking going on at the same time, which I think also helps to rattle her opponents a bit.
She's got that way of speaking with that cadence just to irritate you.
Oh, dude, it works on me. I'm not going to lie to you. That like old timey kind of talk, but it's like old timey, but like futuristic. It's weird. It's like she's timeless, so it makes sense. But like, god damn, is she good?
And
both of these women.
yeah,
Both of them.
And closing out the show with them having a dance off.
Yep. That's goddamn. This is why I love it.
Yeah.
Like, they could take themselves so very seriously in the moment, and then the very next moment is them just taking the piss out of what they just did.
Yeah.
But it's
fucking
always
perfect.
in such a fun way where that previous moment isn't gone. It's not like it was ruined. It's just, this is the next moment.
Yeah. But
And I don't know. I feel like this. I'm not saying this will happen, but I feel like this could be the moment where the belt collecting ends. Like,
Yeah.
if there's someone who's gonna end it, it's Tony Storm for sure.
and it's a great way to, continue this arc for Mercedes where, like, she doesn't take losses. She just doesn't. And like her taking a loss could be, a character defining moment for her. It could cause a spiral, could cause, huge story repercussions for her in the future. And that's fucking great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I could easily just as much see her taking the belt off Tony, and then Tony wanting revenge so badly that she goes on her own belt collection run and constantly challenges Mercedes Moné for another belt.
Yeah. Just over and over again.
Just over and over, like, and you're gonna get like a World Series type of event, but it's gonna be way better than anything Carmella and Andrade. So,
Oh yeah. But I think it was after this Dynamite is when the story broke that Mariah May is out of AEW.
oh really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, reportedly, like, her
Oh, no.
contract is coming up and she's not renewing. She's been removed from the actual roster page on the website, even though her contract hasn't expired yet. So the word is circulating that she is WWE bound imminently.
I was gonna say she's probably gonna be going to W.
Oh yeah, and you know what? That's kind of fine.
okay.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
she had a fantastic, like, top tier run in AEW, like, from beginning to end, fucking fantastic. Like, I feel like that's kind of one of those moments where you can say, like, no, she did everything. She had probably, like, one of the seminal, like, women's storylines in all of wrestling ever. One of the best matches of all time with the Hollywood ending. So, like,
Yep.
like, you've used up everything that you can do in AEW. Go to WWE, fine, yeah, go for it, bro. Like, do something different. That's cool.
Her rivalry / love interest with Tony Storm was one of the best storytellings I've ever seen
Yeah.
in wrestling, and I don't think that storyline would have worked without Mariah May at all. Like,
No.
I feel like she was such an integral part of that moment. I couldn't see anybody else be able to fill that role perfectly like she did. So it's, as much as it hurts for her to leave AEW, because there is still gas in the tank to do stuff with her and Tony. I'm still happy for her though. I feel like she could dominate in WWE.
She could. It's just a question of, like, will they, reach the same levels that, she did in AEW? That's the question. Because, like, let's be kind of real here. Like, everybody that's jumped from AEW to WWE, we're starting to see diminishing returns. Like, Cody,
Oh yeah.
top of the world, amazing. Jade, very strong, very strong.
Penta.
Penta, also
Strong.
great. Ray
But-
Phoenix, less strong.
Yep.
Miro, or Rusev, sorry, even less strong.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, getting less strong again.
Uh-huh. Yep. No, I agree with you. I agree because especially when I was going to bring up Ray. I'm glad you did. Because Ray's starting to go after the NXT championship up, which is weird
Yep,
considering he was at WrestleMania,
yeah,
and this is just like a downward spiral.
yeah.
Whereas his brother is kind of stalled at,
Well,
and not fully stalled, but you know what I mean. Where it's kind of he's not going after the undisputed or the heavyweight. He's going after the intercontinental and all.
yeah, but Penta did get the win on Raw. He qualified for Money in
Yeah.
the Bank.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah.
the rise. I shouldn't say stalled. It's less of a slope for him right now,
Yeah.
to some degree. I feel like they kind of screwed the pooch on that one with those two, to some degree, because I know them as the Lucha Brothers,
Yeah.
and they have not brothered once.
Well, they've been on Raw and SmackDown respectively.
I don't care. I don't fucking care.
They're
They're
keeping them
brothers.
separated on purpose.
You know what, Alex? NXT takes place in between the two. They can always just show up.
You know what? They could show up at a Survivor Series together. Yeah. The one night of the year they're allowed to cross brands. Except every other day of the year when it happens.
When it happens,
Yeah.
we're gonna go all DC and Marvel with this and play nice for a little bit and just let Batman and Daredevil hang out,
Yeah. Oh, man.
which apparently is happening.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I don't know about Batman and Daredevil, but DC and Marvel are starting to play nice, so we might see some crossover comics, which will lead into crossover movies, which means two will get to share in the billions until they unite as one amalgam of comic book.
They did reissue that series just recently in a connection.
That's why I'm bringing
That's
this
pretty
up.
great, yeah. God.
As
Classic.
someone who grew up in the '90s, loving the amalgam of all that, where they had these hyper super crazy looking fucking characters and shit that were way buffer than they needed to be, all mixed together.
It was very, like, it was the 90s, like, try hard at maximum, like the Wolverine, Batman, Superman, Captain America. What was, it was Spider-Man and, like, Superboy for some reason? And he had a web gun?
Yeah. And then Doctor Strange and, was it the guy with the helmet? Right?
Yeah, Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell which one I like more.
Yeah. Oh, God. Dude.
I grew up liking the X-Men the most, though.
I mean, who didn't? Yeah.
Like, other than, like, Spider-Man and Captain America, like, X-Men was the shit.
Oh,
especially in the 90s. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was the best. Exactly. Yeah.
Our resident Cajun boy, Walsh over here, was very much a Gambit.
Who wasn't?
I had beignets yesterday.
Oh, God. All right. Not much really to talk about with, like, actual, like, show of WWE this week. No. Outside of, like, yeah, okay, you know, we got some more people going to Money in the Bank coming up almost imminently. Cody's back doing stuff, but fucking Cena and Logan Paul teaming together is just more of Cena ruining wrestling. And
yeah, he's doing it on purpose. We said this last week.
I know, he's doing it on purpose, and, like, it's irritating on purpose, but, like, this isn't, like, bad I want to see. This is, you're being bad and I don't want to be here for it, you know? Like, I don't want to see it. It's not making me want to watch, it's making me actively not want to watch.
I think this was either last week or the week where I had said that I'm starting to believe that John Cena legitimately wants to kill wrestling.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. This is how you start to wedge the knife through in between the C4 and C5 rib.
Yeah.
Like, and do a permanent kill. Like, this is it. Like, you start off by, like, taking a belt away from someone who honestly became like a workhorse defender for the undisputed belt, whereas it wasn't that way for a while with that belt. It's more of like the entertainment belt, in the worst way possible. You have someone help you take that belt too, and it takes them 12 goddamn minutes to get down to the ring. You then defend this belt multiple times in some of the worst showings you've ever put on in your life. On purpose, mind you, not like accidentally, ring rust. Like, no, you're purposely being bad. Whereas you face off against someone who literally does all your moves and he's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
And he did everything better than you.
Now,
and then you side with Logan Paul? Like, this is on purpose.
It's on purpose, but there was an interview this week with Cena sitting down, and he flat out said, it's like, I wasn't being hyperbolic when I said I lost a step. I don't have the strength anymore. I can't lift as much as I used to. I can't do things. And like I'm sorry, but that's like workhorse crazy recovery period John Cena saying that. And like, let's face it, he was never like the most dynamic wrestler to begin with. So him being able to not do shit as well as he used to means a lot, because he didn't have a lot to work with to begin with.
I know. And people complaining about Jey Uso only knowing 6 moves.
Yeah. Oh man. At least Jey Uso made good contact on that super kick to Logan Paul's face, where it just looks like it fucking caved in.
I'm starting to believe that Jey Uso actually does legitimately want to unalive Logan Paul. Because some of these hits he's done to him have been brutal. Like, he did a super kick in their match together, and that legitimately hit Logan's face. That was not a graze or a passing by or a just in front of. That was a connection.
Yep. Oh.
But otherwise, like, I don't know. This week with WWE, really just not a whole lot otherwise.
Yeah.
It was more pushing storylines across this week, I would say.
There was. Like, we got Liv returning and surprising the Judgment Day, and we got the tension with Roxanne, and we're very clearly going down this path, and Finn and Carlito and JD in the background are the fucking highlight of that fucking segment, because they are dying. They are dying in the background, having the best time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been calling for Judgment Day to end for so long, and it's like, I think they're actually starting to pull the trigger now.
Yeah, it's gonna either die or it's gonna keep mutating in the best way. That's just all it is.
Which it could, I guess, but
yeah.
I want it to die.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm hoping to drag it around for a little bit while longer, just to see how many times they can do this same storyline with Dom getting stolen.
Well, wasn't it on that new show, To Dumb or whatever?
Yeah.
Where Liv and Rhea actually argued with each other.
Yeah, and then
Dom.
Liv and Dom were on the Love Is Blind kiss cam.
I didn't watch the show. I just saw pictures from it, and I was looking at how Charles McGregor.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, man can fill out a suit.
The man was sexy as fuck in that suit, man. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, Chick Magnet Punk is still alive and well.
Dude, for real.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're gonna have him continue this feud with Seth Rollins for probably another year.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got qualifier for Money in the Bank tonight when this comes out, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Against, I already fucking forgot who.
Yeah. I'm sorry. AEW's been better recently. And
yeah. It's just what it is.
the only spots I really enjoyed is when Jey Uso talks and there's no Logan Paul around.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy that. I enjoy Chad Gable being a phenomenal wrestler, even unfortunately when Penta drops him on his fucking head because he's carrying somebody else on his back.
He's fine. He's got a big head.
Yeah, and Dragon Lee flying through the air, meaning we won't get to see him for probably another 6 weeks on TV.
Yeah, probably.
Because he did his once a quarter spot. Jacob Fatu's a highlight still.
Yeah. Not Mateo Elote Cobb. God damn, did he look like Rhino though?
He did. Oh man.
I legit thought, okay. So that's another thing, boy. They did a close up when they were walking in, the three of them. Solo, Mateo Elote Cobb, and Jacob Fatu. And they did a close up of Mateo Elote Cobb's like his head, like from the side shot. And not only does he look like a toddler, but he also looks like a toddler who just cut their own hair and came up to mom to show them what they did.
He's got that stance of like, I grew up at like 2 a.m, like standing in the doorway of his parents' room. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so goddamn funny. And Jacob Fatu cannot take this man seriously. He just does not give a shit.
I love it. It's a good dynamic for me. Unfortunately, that is going to be though like Truth's last match is going up against JC and taking a loss.
And I'm sorry, it's not JC, brother. It's Mateo Lote Cobb.
I know. Also, great work with Chelsea Green having that ridiculous protective face mask for her broken nose.
And she purposely did her makeup to make it look like broken nose is worse than it is.
Oh yeah,
because I saw pictures online that she showed, and it's broken, but it's not like crazy bad.
Yeah,
but she made her bruising look worse for the camera on purpose while wearing it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, she's a worker. Her and her husband both, they know how to play things up.
Oh God, she did great. She did great, especially forcing Isla Dawn to
Alba Fire,
whatever her name is.
Isla Dawn is the one who got fired.
I mix those two up. They're witches. I'm sorry. I just know them as the one witch. She had to go up against fucking Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
And got her butt beat. But at least this match was not that match was not that. I will admit that.
Yeah.
This was a better performance out of Zelina Vega. And I feel like going up against someone like Empire, it needs to happen more.
Yeah,
she can help direct the match around better as a heel.
Yeah, she needs more wrestlers closer to her size category to work with.
Yes.
Just what it is.
But yeah, that was Raw and SmackDown.
That was Raw and SmackDown until apparently Ricky Saints moves up, and so does Jordan Grace, because apparently that's also imminent.
Yeah, I heard that too. As they make freaking Ray move down, which is stupid.
That's very terrible. But hey, Metro Boomin was talking to somebody, and he was like, hey, I'd love to make some theme music for WWE, some entrance themes. And Def Rebel shit their pants, rightfully so, because we could use some better entrance music for anybody and everybody.
Bro, like that? I mean, come on. You know what that means, right? If Metro's gonna end up doing some of the songs, you are going to some good collaborations that you wouldn't normally get. I'm telling you right now, Kendrick is gonna be on there, and it's gonna be a diss track against Drake in someone's entrance music, so that for the next 10 years,
my money is on Jacob Fatu. I would love that. That would fit.
Would be great. Yeah, dude, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Don't not Carmelo. I'm sorry. That's just wasted energy.
Well, I vote for Cena.
Who?
Cena. Bring in the old man.
Yo, hell yeah.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, dude, Metro, he's a great producer, so I can see some great music coming out of this. Jokes aside.
Yeah, jokes aside, totally.
Yeah, because I don't know if any of you night shifters listen to Metro at home, but dude, he goddamn can he put a team together for some music.
Dude's got there's some specific skills that exist in the music industry, and he is one of those people that is honed down to fucking perfection.
For real.
Yeah. One last thing I want to leave you guys with is somebody posted some photos from WWE HQ. Do you know what the cafeteria at WWE HQ is called?
No.
Snackdown.
All right, I'll give that to
done.
him.
Yeah. That's great. Good stuff.
Yeah. That's actually it's better than Smack Sound. So.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Absolutely. But yeah, we've got this coming up. We have Money in the Bank to look forward to. There's a couple more qualifier matches this week. Do you guys have any early favorites?
Charles Montgomery Punk.
Yep.
Yeah. What about?
I know he hasn't qualified yet, but I know he's going to.
He better. What about the women's side? We've got qualified so far: Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, and Naomi.
Yeah. Oh God, it's hard because like I really want Alexa Bliss to go somewhere because like I'm tired of them not really using her much, and recently they're starting to use her more.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love Naomi, and I love that she stole the victory, and I want more.
Okay.
Going Alexa Bliss, or I don't even know if she has a qualifying match.
No, she's already qualified.
Take it.
She's already qualified.
Yeah, she was the first woman to qualify.
I mean, my next one. I don't even know if she has a match. Throw Bailey in there.
Yes.
That'd be fun too. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love that.
Have her not be in the match, just to come out, run up the ladder, take the briefcase, run away.
Yep.
I'm just loving Naomi's heel run right now.
Yeah.
And I love the outfit design with the stuff each time. So like I want a belt on her really badly. Like just really badly.
Yeah. Derek, I kind of agree with you. I think her having the briefcase would be great for her character, particularly if they do it for a while and she can just be a fucking terrorist with it and just tormenting people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that promo spot where it started off as a Tiffy time promo spot, and then Naomi came in to be like, "Bitch, like I'm taking your belt."
Yeah.
Like, just know that right now, because that whole spot was how everybody was telling her someone's gonna take her belt, and the only two that I believed was Naomi and Alexa on that. So
There was also that moment where she was, coming face to face with Bianca, and then told her that she broke into her parents' house.
oh yeah,
And then
that's right.
threatened to make her match her mom and also put her in a wheelchair, which was a fucking dark fucking way to go, and I kind of appreciate it.
Their promo stuff, that promo work they do is so raw and real feeling. It's part of the reason why I also want Naomi to have a belt. It was sadistic and it was creepy because she like turned from crying. Walsh, did you watch this spot? No. So she starts off crying and like begging for Bianca's like forgiveness and shit, and then starts laughing maniacally, and like her eyes are still red from crying, and starts talking about how she's broke into her house and like was looking at picture frames and shit, and like how she's gonna put her in a wheelchair like her mother, who Bianca had just ran up to and kissed and like hugged her dad and shit. Like they're right there at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It was dark as fuck, and yet another reason why Naomi. And I think her having the briefcase would be a great way to terrorize Tiffy. Because I think out of anyone, it would work the best with those two going up against each other. Even if she didn't take the belt, but I think that would be a great round.
You just have her come out with a fake briefcase, open it up right by Tiffy, and bees, thousands of bees.
Oh God, like Washington this past
Oh,
week,
God.
like 250 million bees were in a truck that overturned and got loose.
That overturned. Yeah, I saw
Emergency service put out like, we usually have recommendations for you. Stay away. That's all we got.
Yeah, don't go outside. That's what they said. Stay inside.
that. I'm gonna capture me some bees. I'm gonna make me some honey. But
It doesn't work unless you get a queen.
yeah, I'm gonna vacuum her up.
Okay, that'll work.
You don't know the
Probably.
difference between a drone and a queen bee.
Yeah, they're bigger,
There's
right?
some way. Yeah, from what I've seen, when you capture the bees, if you got to get the queen bee into a hair clip, which I don't know. Normally, I'd have to buy one, but you capture her in there, and then you put her inside your box that you want them to make the combs and stuff onto, and they'll all just pour into there.
Yeah, you gotta put a big bee on the outside of the box so you know that there's bees in there.
Yeah.
Let's get some crayons, yellow, black.
No, we're gonna cut one and make it pop off of it just a little bit. We'll cut it out of wood and paint it real nice,
This is
Use
going
like,
next level here.
like a stain. Put like a top coat on so it doesn't deteriorate too quickly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good stuff. Also,
We'll call it Busy Bees.
dude, we got TM.
Yeah, trademarked. Oh, trademarked.
Trademark.
Ooh, you almost got us. You almost got us.
All right, but that will do it for this episode of the Night Off podcast. Want to say particular shout out to Jim Ross. congratulations on your successful surgery. Good luck with the rehabilitation, JR. Love and respect to you, big man. Just let's go get some barbecue sauce in his honor.
Oh, we should have done shots of barbecue sauce this moment. You should have told it.
I was not preparing for that, and that is a terrible idea. I will not participate.
I would have had my daily shot of barbecue sauce later in the day. Had I known, Alex.
You
on your time.
We could save that for his birthday. How about that?
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, we got to do Das Boot of barbecue sauce then.
I don't have a boot.
Why are you looking at me, Walt, as if you're gonna murder?
Because he doesn't like.
That was one of the 30 thoughts going through my head.
Oh God.
Das Boot.
Yeah, but that's gonna do it for us. Please remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all engagement, hit all the buttons. Link in the description for our store. Also, let us know who's your pick to take the Money in the Bank briefcase this year, because we're running out of time. It's coming up real quick, and I want to hear your thoughts.
It's me.
Yeah. Only thing left to do. Let's say goodnight, boys.
Hey, everybody.
Buenas noches, night shift.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Really? No.
Fuck John Cena.
There it is.